Welcome back for another Let's Edit. This time we're editing an image taken last Sunday. It's an engagement session taken in the park here in Van Nuys. And in this video I'm going to edit just this one image. I'm going to go ahead and run you through my workflow and let's get into it. First thing, I like to zoom in on the eye when getting my white balance. I find that when you click on the whites of the eye, it'll get you pretty close if you don't want to hunt around the image for a gray point, or if you don't have a gray card. This will tend to get you in the ballpark. It's looking a little green, so I'm going to add some more magenta into the image. Right about there. Looks about right. Go ahead and add a little bit of whites. And then adjust my black point, holding the Alt or Option key to where you just start to see those blacks, and then I like to go just a little bit more. From there, the image is looking a little flat. We were in the shade, so I'm going to add some highlights, a lot more highlights, not that much highlight. And then I'm just going to open up the shadows a little bit, bring some of that out. Take it down a notch on my clarity. In order to go black and white, so I usually make all those changes, then go black and white so I can see some of the differences. Some areas like right here and right here, even the hands, they tend to be a lot darker than they look when you're looking at it in color. So I hadn't touched my exposure yet, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I know that when I put my tone curve adjustment, it's going to darken this image back up again. So we'll go with medium. You can see it darken the hair and some of the foliage in the background. From there I'll move on to sharpening. I don't like to over sharpen faces too much, so we'll start with 65, and then I'm going to go ahead and again the Alt or Option key, and when I move my masking slider, you'll see that the areas that are black or begin to turn black, those areas won't be affected by the sharpening. That looks good. So I'll move to my lens correction. It's black and white, so even if there was any chromatic aberration, you wouldn't see it. But I always click that just out of habit. And then the profile corrections, I shot this image with my 85mm prime. So there's very little, if any, distortion in the image. And then the post-crop vignetting, if you want to add the vignette back in, you can do that. For this image, I mean, it just makes it look a little too dark for me, so I'm not even going to touch that. The dehaze tool, I really like this slider since they added it to Lightroom. For some portraits, I actually like to add haze. You can see it kind of lightens up the image in a different way. If I were to open the shadows, it really wouldn't do it the same way that the dehaze tool does. I find that it kind of softens the image up in a unique way. And that right there is looking pretty good to me. After we had finished taking these photos, she had mentioned to me that she had 2 picture frames that were 6x6. For this, I'm going to go ahead and crop it down to a 1x1. And that right there, I think, is a finished image. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. This was shot at ISO 640, the 85mm prime, f4.0 at 1/1250th of a second. And that about does it for this Let's Edit. Go ahead and leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like and share, and I will see you guys next time. See ya.